Hi friends, welcome back. So headline, Elon Musk's latest AI chatbot is happy to spit out the kinds of images its rivals refuse to. That could give it an edge and could go very wrong. so this is a fun one to talk about. And if you guys follow the Tesla Elon, Twitter fiasco, essentially represents the bubble-liciousness in our markets. And will the bubble end? Well, let's find out. And that's why we track this thing. This basic story, though, is that there's a reason why other companies, other AI, other image generators don't necessarily have the AI give you every sort of image that you want. In this particular situation, what kind of images could it do? Copyrighted images, people's likenesses, right? And then when you use these kind of things, so for example, if you want to use Mickey Mouse or McDonald, Ronald McDonald or whatever president you want to do or politician, you can have them holding any kind of weapon, threatening another kind of real person. You can also show images which I guess most of Hollywood or Google or things like that are really cautious about showing you, say, 9/11 or acts of terrorism, these kind of things. Like this is, and I'm sure you guys get it. There's all sorts of stuff, substance abuse, so you can make any politician, abuse any substance that you can dream of, etc. So I laugh because it's basically when you understand like the implications of all these kind of things, you're like, okay, that's why other companies don't touch this kind of stuff, or we'll say adult content, not safe for work content, all this kind of stuff, right? It all adds up. Obviously, the Elon Musk guy who claims he's the bastion of free speech and he's trying to do the best for humanity, he's just in it for the money. So, hey, if you want that kind of stuff, Nazi symbols and adult content and not safe for work stuff, Elon Musk is your guy. And it's funny because this is the kind of stuff he tweets out. He tweets out pictures of himself. This is 6 hours ago. When they keep telling you you are threatening free speech for advocating free speech, and he's got all this pictures of himself laughing, or he tweets this out. He tweets himself out. This was just 7 hours ago. A video of him and Trump dancing together, and he says, "Haters will say this is AI, haha." So, what? And this is a guy who's the CEO of a publicly traded company. That's why it's so entertaining, and it's the most popular stock for retail investors. So you have like this intersection of retail thinks that this car company is gonna like have 100% market share and sell cars to the moon. Year to date, they've lost roughly 19% of their money. From the top, they've lost half of their money. And it's fascinating, too, to see the sort of Tesla stock promoter community. They have to figure out like what to do with this thing because essentially they've been steering people down the wrong path for a long time now. And guys, let's just be real. No one likes to lose half their money. I don't like to lose half my money. I wouldn't. And, none of the Tesla stock promoters will show you these kind of things. I'm just showing you this is the valuation. For anyone out there, if you're new to investing, pay attention to PE ratios. Pay attention to PEGs. Like, pay attention to your valuations. Also, too, don't, YOLO all into one thing because you could be very wrong. Unfortunately, these Tesla stock promoters, they sort of encourage the go and leverage, go all in, that kind of stuff, and it gets a lot of new people to the market hurt. Now the interesting thing about it, and I'm just starting with the promoters here, this is like your Fazal guy, and now he's just talking politics, like he just spends all his time with politics now, and so it's a bad sign for a company when the CEO and their promoters spend more time on politics. This guy's talking about Kamala or whatever, the whole Mars Kellogg. But it's a bad sign when they're not talking about their company anymore. Now they just spend all the time talking about politics and like, what kind of violent content can we show on our platform? like don't ignore this kind of stuff. When your profits are down 45%, don't ignore it. That's real. Or when you stop selling the cheaper Cybertrucks and now you only sell the expensive ones because they have to unload the expensive ones, they can't get rid of them. Now, what's funny, though, is that on the Pro for Tesla, when you're trying to promote them, and I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know if Tesla's paying, like, Kardashian to drive a Cybertruck. I don't know. Who knows, right? But that's essentially what the positives are for Tesla these days. You got Kardashian likes a Cybertruck, and Kanye, I guess he's in a Cybertruck. Justin Bieber's in a Cybertruck. I've seen pictures of that. But it's fascinating because when these are all come out today though, but when you sort of add all this stuff up, like the stuff they focus on, but Justin Bieber's got a Cybertruck, but Kardashian, but like What about all of your broken promises? Like, it doesn't do the range that you said it was going to do. It doesn't do the crab walk thing. It's not a boat, right? He was talking about that. It doesn't come in the price that you promised, these kind of things. And it's just like crazy thing after crazy thing. Where's my $39,000 Cybertruck? Now you're making me pay $100,000 for this thing. And we got this other one. This was actually really interesting. So there's a field in Florida where they actually have a bunch of Tesla Model 3s, and they're just like stacking up in a field. Someone drove by them a couple days ago, and then all the news media outlets picked up on it, like, what the heck are all these Teslas doing in a field? You'll find multiple pictures of this stuff. I'll just show you what it looks like. It's like this. And we saw something like this in I think it was Germany. Remember, as we talked about that about 2 or 3 months ago? It was in an airfield, and it was funny because it was something I hadn't thought about, because I don't see this many cars in the field. These are new cars too, right? They're unsold. Is that, like, I guess if they stay out here too long, you may have issue with bugs in the cars and stuff like that. That could be a real thing. Rodents or snakes or whatever. Yeah, I mean, bugs and stuff. And this is actually a true story. When I lived in LA, and it's funny, one time I got in my car, and there's like the little tiny lizard in the car. And if you live in LA, these little lizards, I don't know what they're called, but they're little tiny lizards, and they eat the bugs. And they're perfectly frank, they're cute, but I don't want it in my car. And so I tried to get the thing out of my car, and it like crawled under the seat. And then like I didn't see it for like 2 weeks. And then one day I was at the gas station, and the thing popped up again, and then I was able to brush it out. But the point being, though, these creatures can just get in your vehicle any number of ways. And there's that. So I don't think that's a good thing for them. I think that's really fascinating about this. And it's like all this stuff intersects, because I feel like the main thing with the whole Tesla, Elon Musk situation and all the stock promoters is that they have to turn off their brains to keep going along with the charade. And this is what's fun to track, because in the bubble market, how long will the charade go on? So, for example, this came out recently as well. There's a bunch of deep fakes of Elon saying, hey, I'm going to invest in this company or invest in this crypto or whatever. And then what happens is, old people or people who are, not paying attention, etc., they think it's the real Elon. They click on the link or they scan the thing, and they give a ton of money to scammers using Elon's image. So what I'm saying is, like, if Elon doesn't think AI stuff doesn't affect him adversely, or involve him, it's just simply not true. Be it his company spreading violent images or racist images or whatever. This is an example in the article. They describe where someone opens up an account with a fake Elon for $248, and ultimately drain their in retirement, like $609,000 gone. $609,000 gone. So these kind of stories are take them seriously. And moreover, when we talk about this stuff, because like my wife and I, we were talking about the whole Tesla situation, what's going on with it, what's going on with Elon, and you have multiple things. So one is the brand image of the car, right? If for those of you interested in an electric car, right, back when it first came out in California, it's like, oh, I want to get off oil and gas, and I want to get some new technology, etc. And that had a cool factor, right? That was your initial base, But now where we are today, you have build quality issues. They're more concerned about pumping the stock than anything else, right? So then you're going to try to cut corners on your cars as much as you can. And then you get in these weird, political fights, however you want to say it. And it's like, again, this is your CEO. And this is a funny one. That's why it's so entertaining to look at this stuff. It's like we're watching a meltdown on a company, meltdown of a CEO, and a meltdown of a stock community. This is an example of it. So this is someone who's challenging Elon. The person says, the dumbest climate conversation of all time. And that was the headline coming from The Guardian. And then the person says, experts on the Musk-Trump interview, in fact, so dumb it should not just be called dumb. So this person, and this is like someone in India, I think they're like a climate sort of green energy investor kind of person. And Elon actually responded, and I want to show you this stuff because it's entertaining. Elon says 20 hours ago, did you actually listen to the conversation? Talk about the one between Musk and Trump. The Guardian is trash. Vinod responds, I did listen to the climate part, and yeah, I do think it was dumb, meaning that Elon's dumb and Trump is dumb, and the conversation was dumb, essentially. I should have responded to my NYT tweet, not the Guardian tweet, but the facts are the same. I don't expect real Donald Trump to know the nuances of various CO2 ppm levels, and I think that's particles per meter levels and their consequences, and him. And then Elon Musk responds, my little fingernail knows more about climate issues than the entire staff of The Guardian. WTF are you talking about? I mean, it's entertaining, guys. To be honest, it's entertaining. But again, this is a CEO of a publicly traded company, and all the Tesla stock pumpers and promoters are relying on this guy to make them a bunch of money. But he's out spending time saying this kind of stuff. And this is actually kind of interesting. 2 years ago, and because, or actually, this would be about a year ago. So a year ago, sorry, my mistake. A year ago, Elon was saying on July 26th was saying X will become the most valuable brand on Earth. Make my words. And it's interesting because I always have to bring these kind of stuff up, like the past record. Like, let's say, take a look at this one, and then the whole Mars Cali saying, as long as you make Tesla more valuable than Apple and Amaranco combined, right? Teslanomics saying, I agree. This is what made the post put for subscribers on X. It's going to become the largest valued social company in the world. And you have to bring this stuff up because when people say like Elon's the greatest CEO and he always delivers, etc., it's like people have short memories, right? And all they do is they get kind of like caught up in the dancing and the pumping, right? That kind of stuff, or they get caught up in the memes. And this is what I want you guys to look at is just reality. Like how or what can you make of a bunch of Teslas in a field stacking up? I mean, clearly they have a demand problem. You can see it right there. Moreover, when your CEO is just like spending time doing this stuff and the promoters don't even talk about the stock anymore, what do you make of that? And this marks like how much further can this bubble go? And it's crazy because even now he's asking, Tesla investors, hey, I want to move $5 billion from Tesla to my own private company so I can have a parachute to get out. And they're like, oh yeah. But like, he does a poll on his own platform. So how many bots are on, said platform voting for said thing. And now he wants to sue people, advertisers for not advertising on his platform, etc. It's just a crazy meltdown. And so, like I said, this is why we track it, because it represents the bubble in the market, how much money is left in the market, how much before all these retail investors basically have had enough and get out. And this is also the truth. There'll be another, wild craze and crazy, bubble in the future, right? First it was the EV stuff and the crypto stuff. Now we're on the AI stuff. What's going to be after that? We'll see. Anyway, I just wanted to run through these things. I always think it's interesting. I like to hear your thoughts on this, and I'll catch you on the next video.